Okay. Walaikum Assalam. Okay. In motion chapter, we already discussed about different quantities: velocity, acceleration, constant speed, variable speed, velocity, distance, displacement, time. All these quantities, we know about their formula, their SI unit, and we also practiced some questions last time related to distance, displacement, speed, and acceleration. We will further practice more questions. But today we are going to start with first the graphical representation. So basically, in graphical representation, we already know about the formula to calculate different quantities in motion. And graphical representation also helps to find out the unknown quantity. For example, we need to find out a speed. So we can calculate a speed from the graphical representation. We can also find out distance, displacement, time, etc. from graphical representation. So there are two types of graphs included in motion chapter. The first one is distance time graph. So if we talk about distance time graph, so in distance time graph, definitely there are two quantities, distance and time. And there are two axes on the graph, right? X and Y axis. So we can place two quantities on two different axes and we can find one more quantity from the two quantities given in the graphical representation. So let's suppose if we consider three different graphical representations. For example, if we have three different forms of the graph, so we have three different graphical representations given. First, second, and third. So these are three different graphical axes, and we need to place distance on y-axis. Let's suppose in meters, time on x-axis. So these are the graphical representations. Now, what we need to do, we need to discuss different examples. For example, the first case is related to when body at rest. So this is the first graph. So when body like is in rest state, so any idea how to draw the graph for the body which is like in rest state? Rest state, you know that the distance is constant, distance is not changing, distance is fixed because body is in rest state and it is not moving. So how to draw the graphical representation for this distance time graph?
Straight line.
Straight line. So for example, if body is placed at any distance, for example, at any point on the graph, so you need to draw a straight horizontal line from that point. like this. Because time is continuously increasing, but distance is not changing. Second, second is for the constant speed. So you remember that constant speed means equal distance covered by a body in equal interval of time. So how to draw the graph for this representation?
Maybe a curve.
Curve, okay. So in this scenario, we again need to draw a straight line, but that straight line starts from origin, let's suppose, and that will be inclined like this. Because both quantities are increasing, so in this sense, we can say that distance and time both are increasing, so line is exactly in middle of distance and time. And the third representation is for variable speed. So if we consider variable speed, so variable speed, this will be a curved line because variable means there is no pattern. So there are two possibilities in variable speed. The first one, we can make curved line in this form or from bottom to top. So these are two different representations for variable speed. And what is the difference between these two curves? For example, if you consider this one, so this curve represents decreasing and this represents increasing. So the first curve is decreasing because initially you can see it covers quick distance in short interval of time. For example, if we compare common points on both like this, so you can see the first curve covers a large distance in short interval of time. But if you compare the other curve, so it covers very small distance in the same that interval of time compared to the first curve. But after some time, the first curve starts to decline and the second curve starts to incline. So that's why the first one is decreasing because first initially that curve is very much at the peak, but now it starts to bend in downward direction. And the second increasing curve is very low at the start, but now it is increasing very quickly. Okay. So this is the difference between increasing and decreasing curve. And these are the representations of distance time graph. Further, if they ask about the gradient of the graph, like gradient of distance time graph, so how to find out gradient? So to find out gradient, it is very simple. We need to select any 2 points. For example, on this graph, we select 2 points. This is first, This is second. This is point number 1, D1, T1. This is T2, T2. Okay, so there are 2 points. So if they ask about the gradient, so the formula of gradient is fixed. The formula of gradient is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So according to the graph, this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So on y-axis, we have distance quantity. It means d2 minus d1 divided by t2 minus t1. So in short, it is equals to change in distance by change in time. And distance over time is equals to speed or velocity. So it means that with the help of the gradient of the graph, we can identify speed from the graphical representation. Okay. So if they theoretically ask in any question, what is the gradient of the graph of distance time graph is specific? So that is equals to speed, right? Any question in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir, please wait, I want to copy it down.
Okay. Basically we have two graphs only, like two categories. First one is distance time graph, second one is the speed time graph. And distance time graph is very easy and very basic.
Sir, if we, instead of putting y and x, if we put, okay, no, never mind. So B stands for
V or D?
V, the one that you've written delta t over delta t.
V represents speed or velocity.
Okay. So in other words, you could say velocity and speed are pretty much the same thing.
Yes. So basically,
Okay.
from the gradient, we got a speed or velocity.
Okay. So I'm then copying down.
Okay. So this is the initial concept of distance time graph. And the next idea is from speed time graph. So in a speed time graph, we need to make same x and y axis, but quantities are different now. So quantities are different because this is a speed time graph. So definitely on one axis, we need to place speed. On the other axis, we need to place time. So again, we have three different representations. On the first representation, we have speed in meter per second. Then we have time in seconds. Okay, so these are the representations. Now, the first case, body is moving with constant speed. So when body is moving with constant speed, so again representation will be a straight line because constant speed means the value of speed is not changing. So let's suppose if we consider any value of the speed or the velocity, it will be a horizontal line. Okay. Second, um constant acceleration. Constant acceleration means equal change in velocity in equal interval of time. So that will be again the same line passing from the origin in this way. And the third one is variable acceleration. So in variable acceleration again, we have two different curves. Decreasing, increasing. So this is the difference between the quantities. In previous, we have different quantities. Now we have different quantities. In the same way, if we talk about the gradient, so if we find out gradient from the graph, so what is the value of the gradient of the graph? Equals to, in previous we discussed it is equals to distance over time, right? And in the second one, we have speed over time. So in the same way, if you compare quantities, v2 minus v1 divided by t2 minus t1 equals to acceleration. Okay. So it is equals to acceleration. And we have another concept in this speed time graph that is related to area under the curve. Area under the curve means, for example, if you consider the first graphical representation, so we have a rectangle form. So the total area covered by this graph is in the form of rectangle. right? In the second graph, it is equals to right angle triangle. Okay. So when they ask about area under the curve, so area under the curve is equals to the distance of the body, distance covered by the body. So distance covered by a body is equals to area under the curve. And how it is equal? For example, we need to learn only three different shapes. The first shape is rectangle. The formula for rectangle we use is base into height, let's suppose. So from rectangle, you can see base is equals to time and height is equals to velocity. And this is equals to distance. You can write S or D for distance, right? So that's why area under the curve is equals to the distance covered by the body. Second, the second shape we use is right angle triangle, 1 over 2 B into H. And the third shape is trapezium, like this. A plus B into H. So this is the graphical representation for trapezium. So we only need to learn these three shapes because in our syllabus they only ask about these three shapes to find out the distance covered by the body using the graphical representation, that is the speed time graph. And if we consider some questions from the graphical representations of a speed time graph and distance time graph, so then you will get idea how to solve questions related to these graphical representations. So questions are easy to understand and solve related to the graph because mostly questions are from the graphical representation topic. So let's see in MCQs first. So this is the first question. A cyclist takes a ride lasting 25 seconds. The diagram shows how her distance traveled from the starting position varies with time. What is her average speed for the whole ride? So basically the uh, question is about average speed. Average speed means total distance divided by total time. Total distance divided by total time. So the total distance covered by the body is equals to 150 and the total time is 25. So it means 150 divided by 25 equals to 6 meter per seconds, right? So this is the one type of question. This is the second question. An object travels at a constant speed of 10 meter per seconds for 10 seconds. During the next 5 seconds, it accelerates uniformly to 20 meter per second. And we need to find out total distance traveled by the object. So this question is related to speed time graph and they are asking about the distance. So as we already discussed that in a speed time graph, we can find out distance by using area under the curve or area under the graph given. So first of all, we need to identify that what is the area covered by the whole graph and what are the shapes. So what do you think about this question, that what shapes are given in this question?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. So first one is rectangle.
Rectangle, triangle, I guess.
And the next shape, there are two choices. We know that it lands on point 15 like this. But in this single shape, we have two more shapes, right? Like this. Okay.
Yes, yes.
But we can also consider as trapezium. And how it is possible? So there are two different ways to solve this question. You will get same answer. For example, if you only use two different shapes like this. So for example, if we want to solve with the help of two shapes only. So if we are only using two shapes, so the first shape is a rectangle and the values are 10, h. So 10 into 10, 100. And second shape is trapezium, right? And the formula of trapezium is 1 over 2 a plus b into h. Now, how to mark a, b, and h on trapezium? So to make it simple, if we rotate this diagram like this, so now you can see it seems like a trapezium. Okay. And in trapezium, these two sides are opposite to each other. The first one is a small equals to a, and this one equals to b. Okay. And this one is the height which is perpendicular. Okay. So in this way, you need to mark your trapezium. You can like rotate your paper also to make it simple. Once like when you practice two or more times, so you will get idea how to mark for trapezium. Okay. Because if we use direct trapezium formula, so it saves your time because it is MCQs only. So it will help you to save your time and solve question in short form. So now we got markings A, B, and H. A is the smallest side, B is the base, and H is the height with perpendicular angle. The value of A is 10. The value of B is 20. And the value of H is 5. Right? So now we can calculate 30 divided by 2 multiply by 5, 75. So 175 total distance.
So he's asking in physics exam, are we allowed to use a calculator?
Uh, can you ask again?
I'm asking that in physics exam, are we allowed to use a calculator?
Yes, basically in physics exam you can use calculator. Calculator is allowed. Simple scientific calculator are allowed. So the calculators which can save equation and graphs, those calculators are not allowed, but simple scientific calculators are allowed in your exams. Okay, so you can use calculator to calculate any value.
Okay, sir. So the normal life, the ones that we use in daily life,
Yes,
sometimes that one's allowed. All right, sir. Thanks.
yes. So 175 meters is the answer, and there are other questions that also helps you to find out unknown quantities from the graph. So let's find them. Okay, try this question. It is also asking about the distance. Yes, any question?
I got the answer.
Okay, what is the answer?
Sir, C.
Okay, C is the answer, 30. Okay. Okay, let's wait for the others' answer if they are calculating. So let's see they are getting same answer or different.
Third, the answer is C, 30 meters per second.
So we got two answers, 30 meters, option C. So definitely that will be the answer. And again, there are two choices. Either you can solve with the help of two shapes by making one rectangle or triangle, or the other option is, for example, if someone solve with the help of two shapes, the first shape is rectangle like 1 into 10, And the second shape is right angle triangle. 1/2. Okay, so we are getting 25. Okay, let's check. So if we use two different shapes, so we got answer 25 meters. But let's suppose if we only use a single shape, that is trapezium. So in single shape, this is A. Because when you are marking up the triangle, so triangle starts from 1. So this is your base. Starting from 1, it means 1, 2, 3. So 3 and height is 10. So 3 into 10. And for trapezium, this is the whole B till 4. And this is H. The value of A is 1, 10. Meters.
I'm getting the answer 25.
25. So 25 is the answer, and there are two different methods. Either we can use two shapes to solve this graph. This is method 2. So these are two methods, but you are getting same answer, so it's your choice. Whatever method you want, you can use that method to find your answer. Okay, question number 32.
So how do you find this one?
So in this, we need to find out acceleration. So for acceleration,
We-
um, initially this.
We'll take it.
Hmm.
I was saying that this in this case we'll take it as acceleration positive.
Yes, because speed is increasing, right? Automatically you will get positive answer. You don't need to suppose by yourself. if you are using the correct form, you will get exactly same answer by yourself. Because in this question, it is increasing speed from 1, it starts to increase till 4 meter per second. So it means increasing speed, that is positive.
Sir, it's A.
Option A, okay.
Sir, I think it is B.
B, okay. So from the formula, final speed is 4, initial is 1, and time is 2 seconds. It is written 2 seconds later. One 1.5 meter per second square, option A. So option A is the right answer. Okay. And further, let's see more questions. 33.
Let's see.
Total distance traveled by the car, right? Because we already solved questions, so now it is easy to identify. This is another question related to the same graphical representation. So you can also try this question to find out the distance traveled by runner during the race.
Sir, it is A. 50 meters.
Okay, option A. So basically, in this question, again, we have breakdown into the shapes. So first of all, if we break down into right angle triangle, so it is equals to 1/2. This is B.
To ask
Yes,
that we can divide the whole graph into two trapeziums,
yes,
right?
exactly. We can also divide into two
Okay.
trapezium. So it's your choice. Then we have rectangle. This is the value of B and H is 5. Starting from 4, it means equals to 10, 50 meter. And the last is trapezium. So this is H, A, this is B. The value of A is 5, B is 10, H is 2. So 50, 60, 75. So total answer 75 meters combined.
So the place where you the trapezium that is containing a right angle triangle and a rectangle. If I were to find its A, so it would be 10, right? 4
Mm.
till 14.
A. So A is 4 till 14. Okay, so if you are using a trapezium, yes, A is equals to 10, right?
Okay.
In the first trapezium, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So basically, this is the first method that we can use. Other method is you can split into two trapezium. The first one is given like this, and the second one is like this. So you can also use two trapezium method. It's your choice. In this way. So these are some concepts from the graphical representation.